Welcome to Our Next Arc Fitness. My name's Joseph. This is my first time recording or editing any video, so please give me your full and honest feedback so that I can grow and improve. Thanks for being here, and I hope you will benefit from what is to come. Right now I'm meditating, which is the first step for any of my exercise programs. While I'm doing that for the next 3 minutes, please enjoy the music, my beautiful face, and listen to my raspy sub 100 IQ voice while I explain what's coming up in this video. I'm going to take you through what I do to stay in shape physically, mentally, and spiritually. Everything will be kept simple and as immediately applicable to your life as possible. You should be able to easily understand and follow along with these videos and gain the benefits from them as long as your practice is done right and consistently. This is the first video in a series titled Fit and Fuel, named after my free fitness and nutrition ebook available on ournextarcfitness.com. There you'll also find a free constantly growing cookbook full of healthy and well-balanced meals and a free customizable 3-day exercise program. So check it out and share it with your friends and family. The ebook is short and concise, and I will cover all the same material in this video series with a lot more detail. With all that said, let's get into it. Today's video focuses only on the warm-up, cool-down, and meditation done during those routines. Let's talk meditation for a little bit while we're here. Meditation has a whole list of benefits ranging from improved mood, concentration, focus, feelings of well-being, and reduced stress and reduced negative emotions. Many people struggle to find time to meditate, but it's beneficial to your mental health on par with exercise and proper diet. So really consider looking more into it and adopting it into your own daily routine. Meditation prior to exercise is a chance to put away any negativity you may be carrying around that you don't want to distract you or hinder your session. This is also training your mind to control these thoughts later in the day-to-day life when they may be very active and holding you back. When I meditate, I visualize a massively infinite heavy box in which I can temporarily store all of my negativity, anxieties, and worries. Because life can really throw some major curveballs at you, it's also an infinitely large box for me. All that fun stuff gets placed in the box and sealed away with a lid that's also infinitely heavy. Only my mind has the key and power to unlock it and choose to rummage through it in its contents later. Okay, that all sounds very woo-woo, I know. So how do I meditate? What do I actually do? What I do, I close my eyes and I breathe through my nose, and I imagine good energy entering my body, filling me up from my toes to the top of my head. I hold for a brief second and I release through my mouth, and I visualize bad, dirty energy leaving my entire body. I do the same thing at cool down. This is not the only way to meditate. There are plenty of other ways, but it is really that simple, and I really highly suggest that everybody start on it as soon as they can. With all of that said, we're very shortly soon now going to move into our warm-up exercises. Alright, and getting right into it. My first warm-up exercise is 30 jumping jacks. Start with your legs together, hands at your sides, jump up and open your legs and arms, and then jump and return to the starting position. Jumping jacks are great to get your heart rate up, all the fluids in your body moving, and get pretty much every muscle in your body activated to a degree. Next, we're going to be running in place. Similar to jumping jacks, this gets your entire body really up and moving. This is great for getting your ankles and your feet warmed up, getting your hamstrings and glutes warmed up, and just getting your heart rate up. It's a great exercise to do to also burn a lot of calories. Next, we're going into Frankenstein's or axe kicks, as I'm doing more here. Just swinging my leg up as high as I can and stretching out my hamstrings. Just doing about 10 on each side. Feel free to play with your rhythm a little bit, shuffle your feet around like you see me doing, throw in some Bruce Lee noises, just have fun with it. Up next is walking lunges. You're going to take a big step forward, bend your front knee, touch your back knee to the ground, and come straight up, keeping your shoulders over your hips with good posture, and also step backwards with this one, and don't smack your spine into the bar behind you. That hurts. Keep going forward and back about 10 times on each leg. Walking lunges are also a great way to hit your quads, hamstrings, hips, core, and also work your balance. Up next, we're going to be going for 15 swimmers. Here, you're going to be laying on your belly with your hands right underneath of your shoulders. You're going to lift your upper torso off the ground, including your hands. You should really feel this in your lower back, and you're going to pull your elbows tight behind you so you feel the squeeze in your mid to upper back. Squeeze your legs together tight and feel your glutes squeeze. Lift your legs up off the ground, trying to get your thighs up. Extend your hands slowly out and keep your hands and elbows parallel to the ground. Try not to rock back and forth. This is great to work your lower back and to fight the bad posture that we get from looking at our phones and working on our computers in modern day life. Up next, I'm going to be going into burpees. This is a great full body exercise, working the glutes, the quads, your core, and your stamina. Nobody likes burpees. They are the broccoli of exercise, but they are great for you. What you're going to do is squat down into a push-up position, kick your legs back, do a push-up as best as you can. Even if you're just flopping down on the ground and throwing your body up, that's okay. Once you're up, pull your knees in, tuck them under you, and jump up as high as you can. And be careful not to land and twist your ankle or do anything crazy. Start with a low jump and jump up higher as you get a little bit more advanced into this. Be careful not to hurt yourself. Up next, I'm going to be going through an exercise called rolling squats. Go into your normal squat position with your feet about hip width position, but touch your knees straight to the ground so that your toes flex underneath of you as well as your ankles. Roll back all the way to your heels as best as you can, trying to keep your hamstrings and your calves touching at the back end there, and stand straight up. We're focusing more on getting our toes, ankles, knees, and hips through their full range of motion rather than doing a really perfect squat. Next, I'm going to be going for about 20 mountain climbers. Drop into a push-up position and keep your tailbone low. Use your ab muscles to pull your knees in. You want to almost be dragging your feet across the floor. Keep your knees very low. If your butt is very high, this is going to be a lot easier and you're not going to be using your abs as much. It's going to use your hip flexors more. So make sure to keep your knees and your feet low to the ground. After this, you're going to take a rest for about 30 to 60 seconds, drink some water, take some deep breaths, and we would move into our resistance portion. Now we're beginning our cool down. The first exercise is shoulder rolls. You're just going to be swinging your arms in both directions, forwards and backwards, about 6 times each. Next, we're going to go for an overhead lat stretch. You're going to step forward with one foot, put the opposite side hand up, grab that wrist and stretch over your knee, really getting a good stretch through your lat there. Once you feel it's pretty good, about 5 to 10 seconds each side, switch over. Next, after this, we're going to go into a heart opener, followed by a forward fold into a reach up. Link your hands behind your back tight and really stretch out your chest. I'm moving my shoulders up and down there, leaning forward here, letting gravity pull my hands down and stretch my shoulders out, as well as moving my legs around, straighten my knees up and down to stretch out my hands a little bit. Hold this for a little bit, and then you're going to come up and reach straight up to the ceiling, trying to extend your spine all the way from your palms to your heels. Feel a big, big stretch through your spine. Right away, reach your elbow up and back behind your head and stretch out each tricep about 5 seconds each side. From here, you're going to drop down into a kneeling quad stretch. One knee down, one hand on the floor, reach back, grabbing your foot, and lean forward and stretch out that hamstring. Hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds. Really just feel it out as what feels good for you. Release and sit back. Get a good stretch through that hamstring. And you should be grabbing your toes here with one of your hands and pulling your toes back to also stretch your calf. You're going to see me do that here on the other side. Transition over, come into the kneeling quad stretch, getting a good quad hip flexor stretch here. Once it feels good, I'm going to sit back, leaning back. Again, I do this to get my ankle and my foot stretched, getting my hamstring stretched. And I'm going to reach up here in just a second and grab my toes, pulling my toes back and really emphasizing even that calf stretch as well. Next, I'm swinging up and I'm going to drop down into a center splits. You don't have to lift up like this at first. You can just sit straight down on the ground and try and push your legs apart. What you want to do here is reach forward as far as you can with your hands into the center, and you're going to try to lay your chin and torso flat down. And then you're going to do a kind of spider crawl with your fingers and hands across the floor as far away from your center line as you can, making like a big fan coming to the other direction, all the way over. Get a really good stretch through your hamstring and groin here. And bring it right back to the center and hold for just a second. Next, you're going to sit up, slide back, pull your knees in for a butterfly. And from here, there's two things. You can just use your strength of your muscles and kind of ballistic stretching here, slapping your legs up and down, or doing what I call here a pin and push. I hold my feet, pin my knee to my elbow, and I push my leg down. It's a good way to force the stretch, or just use your muscles like this and just force it down. It's a good way to also strengthen your hips. Check it out. Bring your knees up and push your knee down, getting the opposite side of the hip stretched out from the butterfly stretch. This feels really good for me. Next, I'm going to transition into a half pigeon, getting my knee across my chest, laying flat onto my shin, and just try to deep breathe through this. Not everybody can bend so well at this level. Work at it. It takes a long time. I was not always able to bend like this. I have very tight hips. I have had multiple hip injuries because of having inflexible hips. Definitely do the stretch, do it well, do it often. It's going to save you a lot of trouble down the line. From here, you're going to see me come up and transition into a lying torso stretch. Coming up, I'm going to lay flat down on my back, putting one knee over my side, pulling that knee down with my hand, arm extended out to the side, straightening out the bottom leg, and really feel a good stretch through the back. If you're lucky, you get a nice good couple pops. It feels great. Take deep breaths as you're doing this. Feel your breath travel down past your lungs into your belly, and it's going to make everything expand out in there into your lower back, and it feels amazing. Almost done here. I'm going to roll to my belly for a cobra stretch. Hands at about my lower ribs, legs flat on the ground, lifting up, almost trying to look behind me, and really stretching out my abdominals and my lower back, pushing back into a child's pose for the last stretch. After this, you'll want to come up and do anything that feels right to your body. Spend the next few minutes going through any stretch your body tells you to. Just listen to it. That's all for the Our Next Arc Fitness warm-up, cool-down, and meditation. Our next two videos coming up will cover an introduction about Our Next Arc Fitness, as well as take you through day 1 of our free 3-day exercise program. Please check out ournextarcfitness.com for our free and constantly growing cookbook, free customizable 3-day exercise program, and free fitness and nutrition ebook, Fit and Fueled. If you'd like more information about our business model, which is quite unique, and I will be releasing a video on that later, you can also visit ournextarc.com. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you benefit from it, and I would really love your feedback on this video. As always, please subscribe, like, and share this video with everyone that you know. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best in your health and wellness, and I look forward to seeing you join us as we build our next arc. This video will continue playing out through the rest of my meditation if you would like to follow along. Otherwise, feel free to click away. I don't know why anybody would still keep watching here. I mean, I'm going to keep watching because I get to see my cute little daughter come up at the very last second, right when I finished recording. She came right up because she's awesome. Are you still watching? I don't know if this is normal. Is it just a dude sitting here? I'm literally just sitting here scratching my face and breathing. Oh wait, you might actually be trying to meditate and I'm over here running my mouth. Damn. Well, I mean, I guess that's good practice for you to concentrate. Okay, really, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable now if you're just sitting there staring at me. Like, I can actually feel that. I can feel it. Can you stop? You're making me sweat. Ah, there she is. There she is. She knows she's not supposed to come up right now. She's trying to be sneaky. She's trying. And she's actually doing a really good job because I do not hear her at all. I am not that good at meditation to ignore it. She is a ninja. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.